Good morning, delivery fam, and welcome back to another episode of Breakfast with UDM on the Life of a Gig Worker podcast. And Mr. Josh, what's up, bro?
Also known as Blooper Thursdays. So I got a question. You know, when I show up with a devious smile, you know what I mean? I got something to ask you.
What's up, bro?
You fixed that AC yet?
Nope.
You're looking a little shiny.
Nope, I didn't. At times, not all the time, bro. At times, I could be very frugal. I don't want to spend. All right, look, this is how I'm looking at it. Right? I could get it refurbished for like $200 and something, but I still got to come out of pocket a couple $100. And I'm still going to have to spend about $500 to get it done. And I'm not complaining, but I'm like, how far can I push it without needing the AC?
It's August. It's hot as fuck, bro.
Bro, today, I was really contemplating on calling hey, cuz, I need that tomorrow. Because today, bro, we had a big ass cloud over us. And then I was like, I was on my way home. This was around maybe like 12 something, right? And I see this big ass cloud and I'm on the phone with my wife. And I said, babe, is it raining over there? I'm driving to the rain, okay? She's like, oh yeah, babe, it's raining. It's coming down real hard too. I was like, oh, damn it. Hey. Right? And today we had a celebration, right? And I just got a message. I'm sorry. A message from for a catering order I have for tomorrow. All right. But so I'm driving towards, my bad, Josh, but I'm driving towards this rain and she had a deal. She closed the deal today, right?
Hey.
And I need to put that damn phone on Do Not Disturb. It keep going off. All right. I'm sorry, listeners. This happens from time to time. But anyway, so to celebrate, she said, babe, I want this. On your way home, can you stop and get this? I was like, I'm excited for her. So I'm like, no problem, babe. I got you. We gonna celebrate. I get to the location, and then as I'm paying for everything, whoosh, outside of the doggone place where I was at. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I didn't park close, bro. Right? And I'm like, maybe it's going to die down, whatever. I'm like, I asked the person, how long this going to take? About 15, 20 minutes? They're like, nah, maybe like 10. I'm like, okay. All right. So I get my stuff, and I had to put it on the counter, bro. And I was just looking at the rain, and I'm like, I ain't got no umbrella. I ain't got nothing. And, I'm sorry that this story is taking so long. Y'all probably want to get to the story of, but at the same time, y'all got to listen to this. But don't do what I do. That's the moral to this whole story I'm telling right now. So I got sick of the rain. It just kept on coming down, bro. And it's not letting up for shit. Not at all. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to wrap this stuff up and I'm going to take off to my vehicle. But there's puddles. The storm drains in this parking lot that I'm at suck. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm over here trying to dodge deep ass water and getting soaked like a mother. And then when I get in my vehicle, no AC. None. At that moment, and it was at that moment he knew he fucked up. Yes, bro. I'm now sitting in my vehicle, soaked from the rain, and I'm just watching my windshield just slowly, the visibility slowly just goes away, and I can't really see. So now I crank up my AC, hot ass air on high. It kind of like got away. It cleared up my windshield just a little bit, but the drive home, bro, I was hot. So I spoke to my cousin, and I just might get it done this weekend. Bro, it was a life-changing moment. I said, nah, I can't do this, bro. I was trying to prolong it as much as I can. And don't get me wrong, the wind that was blowing, it was not hot because it was raining outside. So it's cool air coming in, but it wasn't that cool air I wanted to feel because my body was hot, And I'm like, man, I got to get this done. Fuck it. So anyway, bro, sorry for all those that didn't want to hear that whole long story. I hope you fast forwarded, right? But we got a dark side, bro. Got a few things. I know there's one thing that you want to talk about, but there's two things that I want to talk about. So the first thing, I want to play this video, and it's about tip baiting.
Glasses. Look at her glasses. She got cool glasses.
You think they glow in the dark?
Ooh.
I think that look cool as hell, bro.
Yeah. Take that shit to a rave.
Okay. All right, I didn't expect that from you. There's nothing wrong with the rave, but I just didn't expect that from you. Anyway, so let's check out this video. It's about tip baiting.
I love doing DoorDash and Uber, but there's one thing about Uber, and I only do Uber Eats, I don't take rides, that I can't stand, and that's tip baiting. Tip baiting is when we get an...
You ever been tip baited, Josh?
A lot.
With Domino's too?
No. Well, okay. So with Domino's, it works a little differently. So if you're the one to take the order over the phone and they're like, oh, yeah, we got a party going on. It'll be a big tip. So that was the first generation of tip baiting. So you would, try to get that pizza to the oven and sneak out before the manager realized. Mm. And sometimes you get there and they'd be like, oh, can we get our change, please? Bitch.
Damn. Okay.
Boy, I get mad.
We'll have to revisit that. Damn. That's messed up. That's like, I'll tip you in the app and then it just don't show up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Worse because I'm face to face and I got to give you change.
And you got to explain why the hell you left the store. And you had a delivery driver. All right. Here we go.
An order and it says like $10 and somewhat cents. So that's what we think we're going to get. However, Uber allows the customer to change that tip for better or worse up to an hour after their delivery. So yesterday I had an order for Target where you actually have to go in the store, shop for them, and then deliver it to wherever they are, typically their house. So this order was kind of low for what it was. It was like 9 something, but it was on my way home. So I said, you know what? I haven't been in Target for a while. That'll be enjoyable. I went in, I shopped for her. It was like 12 items. I was very prompt. I got it to her. She's like, thank you so much. I couldn't have done this without you today. And, just thank you. And usually when they're overcompensating like that, they're either not going to tip you more or they might reduce it. And sure enough, she took the tip away. She reduced it down to like 6 something. So it was completely not worth my time. And it's just, here's the thing, guys. When you tip bait somebody like that, like they're delivering to your house. Most times they're delivering to your house. Like, I would not do that. I would not take that chance. There's some very irrational people out there nowadays, and that just sucks. If you wouldn't do it yourself, then don't expect your Uber driver to do it.
Bruh. Facts. Okay? Facts. 100%. Now, Josh, tell me, bro. You said you've been tip baited at Domino's. Yeah. All right, that was the first generation 1 of tip baiting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Have you been tip baited on the Uber app?
Oh yeah, a bunch.
Rideshare, Uber Eats, or both?
Well, rideshare is a little different. There's no way or possibility to really tip bait on the rideshare side, and it's because rideshare, they have up to an hour to tip you, so you see your projected earnings based on mileage and time, but you don't see the tip for an hour afterwards. Mm-hmm. So there's no like reduced tip. It's like a actual tip. which is kind of why I started doing a lot more rideshare over delivery, because there was no tip baiting. Either you got a tip or you don't got a tip. It's not I got a tip, but I don't know if it's going to stick around or what.
Okay. All right. Now, there's something relating to rideshare that you wanted to talk about, right? Let's get that up on the screen. Yeah, this you sent to me. What is this about?
So this kind of links back to the video, right? So this is, I'll read it to you and then I'll give a synopsis, right? So we spoke, you listened, which was the biggest lie ever. The newsletter is dedicated to sharing how your feedback contributes to a better driving experience. As you know, the Uber platform features a two-way rating system. Drivers and riders can each give each other's ratings based on the trip experience. Your driver rating is an average of the last 500 ratings from your riders. Last year, we started removing low ratings from the rating calculation. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, something popped up right above it. Rating calculation when the reason was beyond the driver's control. We are now taking it a step further by removing low ratings given by riders who consistently leave one-star ratings. To learn more about this feature and other updates we've made based on your feedback, see the full listing below. So to kind of break this down, you know, the tip baiters and stuff like that are giving you 1 stars for every little thing just all the time, they're starting to exclude them from your ratings. Now, it did say riders, so I don't know if this is going to apply to Uber Eats, but it did say that they're going to do it on the rides.
But at the same time, bro, I just feel like how long has Uber been operating like rideshare? You know?
I think a little bit over a decade. I think it came around 2012.
I'm gonna look it up, but man, bro, to me, a lot of this stuff is like, man, it's bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like when I get a notification like that in my Uber Eats app or some shit, hey, you know what that shit said? Hold on. You spoke, we listened. Man, fuck out of here.
Uber.
Yeah, bro. Like you spoke, we listened. We've been talking about this shit for hold on. Uber
years.
How long has Uber been around? Whatever. Right? Since 2009. Founded in 2009, bro.
So well over 10 years and they're still almost 20 years at this point.
So all I'm saying is, man, you know, it's just bullshit, bro. It's like, to me, it's like, you know how many people probably got deactivated for bullshit like this, bro? Like people leaving, like, look, they put it in videos. If you just look at the Uber rideshare video, they say, I'm gonna leave a bad review. I'm gonna say that you did this. And how many people probably got in trouble or deactivated or some shit for the damn 1 star poor review that the customer or the rider, because they, what it was, I think, like, oh, we got like 8 passengers, but we trying to fit it in your Prius. And then they mad at you because you don't want to take them. Or they have, here's one of my favorite ones. You don't have a car seat for your child.
Yep.
And you want them to take you in. But the other guy did it. And now you're pissed off that the other guy did it. But call the other guy back. You know? Now, I'm just saying, going back to this, man, it's like, I just feel like Uber it's bullshit, bro. And it irks my nerves, even if I don't do rideshare, because you know how long y'all been in operation and y'all just doing this shit?
So with me operating my taxi business, right, one of the things that I encourage riders to do positively or negatively is leave a Google review. And the reason that I always do that is because I can remove your review off Google, Yelp, you name it. They say that you can't pay to get it removed, but you most certainly can. So I can't fault the driver for a bad review. I really can't. And 9 times out of 10, you know, you can tell a good driver from a bad driver. We've had a couple of bad drivers that really just sucked, but you can tell just by having that personal connection with your drivers. And this is just kind of further distancing Uber from the driver themselves.
Yeah, I could see that too. Like, obviously, y'all don't know shit about y'all drivers, you know? And you talking about you spoke, we listened. Who the fuck you spoke to? Who you spoke to?
Them fucking those spotlight people. So you remember when they did the application for like the, what was it, like the community leader, community spotlight, community guide, or whatever the fuck it was called through Uber?
Yeah, I remember that.
So I applied to that years ago and I was accepted. I did the whole application.
Wait, hold up. Pause. Why you even applied? Like, what was your thought process at the moment?
Okay, so the one thing that I thought would be really fun to do, just because I'm an asshole, was to like.
I knew it, bro. You had some kind of plan.
Yes. So they basically asked you, like, would you be willing to help drivers on their first ride and be on a phone call or even ride along with them? And I was like, yeah, fuck it, sure, why not? I've done that before. So, yeah.
Go ahead. Finish your story.
I felt like I wanted to do something like that just to see how bad the drivers were, and I was smooth gonna record it and just start posting it to YouTube at some point. But I was accepted, and like they had sent me a couple of consultations. I spoke to a couple of drivers. I was put in the spotlight. They put a notification out in the app for the local area, right? And I just found it to be fucking hilarious because then they were like, "Oh, we've got this community organization we need you to come to. Like, you had to attend." And I was just like, "Nah, I ain't going." And then all of a sudden I just was no longer a community guide. And I was like, okay, whatever. Who gives a fuck?
They were trying to convert your ass.
Yeah. They want you to be an employee.
Well, they said this communities, whatever, that you need to come to. What? They were trying to convert your ass, put you on screen.
Put me in the Uber cult.
But man, you know, first it's funny to hear that Josh of all people. Hold on. I need people to hear me out here. All right. This dude to your left, my right. Okay. This dude is very intelligent. I know he is. But there are some parts of him that is very petty. Okay. Very petty. So I know, like, there had to be some kind of like evil plan or something. Something was brewing in that pot, bro. And I don't know. I'm like, damn. But to hear that they gave you the opportunity, I was like, boy, y'all dodged the bullet. Y'all dodged the bullet. But
I mean, shit, bro. Think about Draver. Think about Draver.
Hey. Yeah.
The shoes on the other foot. I dodged a bullet. They're a fucking terrible company to work for, by the way.
But wait, hold on. I understand how you feel, but you were a great asset to that company, bro.
Oh yeah. Without me, there was a lot of contracts that they would have lost, and there's contracts to this day that they're still losing. I mean, shit. I've got companies that call me all the time. Hey, yo, do this for me. I don't want any other big company. They overcharge the fuck out of it. All right, shit, I'll set it up for you.
Okay. All right. So check this out, man. There's something I want to share here. It's relating to rideshare. I just got it today. Okay. And whatever crumbs they throw our way, Charleston Uber driver says company pockets too much of fare by Eva. Yeah.
Hershey squirts.
Okay. I wasn't prepared for that one. But okay, we'll continue. Hershey squirts. Anyway, Nancy Sackman, a part-time Uber driver, used to earn around $15 a ride ferrying people from Charleston International Airport to downtown. How realistic is that number, Josh?
Let me see. Charleston International to downtown. Okay, so I'll consider this to be from Orlando International to downtown Orlando. It's about a 30-minute drive, pays about $12 to $13. So it's very, very, very
it's kind of realistic.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. A straight shot down Interstate 26, prolonged only by the occasional traffic jam. The 20-minute ride was preferable to quick trips on the peninsula. For those, Sackman might make $5 chauffeuring students from dorms or apartments to a bar. Picking up air travelers has other perks. The passengers are pre-screened by TSA, she joked. But Sackman, who works as a medical transcriptionist, what the fuck is that? I never heard of that damn position.
I think those are the people that are on the other end of the thing, and they, oh, she got this medication, and they did this and they did that.
That sounds like it should be paying very well. Okay, look it up, Josh, as I read. How much was the salary? Medical transcriptionist. Okay, all right. During medical transcriptionist during the week, she said she has witnessed her payoff from the reliable. I don't even know. I don't even know. What is it?
The median wage for a medical transcriptionist in the United States based on 2022 wages is $34,730 per year, with the lowest 10% earning less than $24,000 and the top 10% earning more than $51,000. The average hourly pay for a medical transcriptionist is $20.70 an hour.
That pay don't sound bad, but who's getting that? That sound like the top tier, bro.
The top tier. She on a low tier, apparently.
Ooh, 24, you said? 24,000?
24,000.
Yeah, ew.
Yeah.
Says she has witnessed her payoff from the reliable route slowly plummet to as low as $9. Okay. It's not that passengers are scoring ultra discounted rides. They're paying platform generated fares, a portion of which enriches Uber. Sackman retains the rest. But she said, this is the last screenshot, by the way, Josh. All right. But she said the slice the company pockets keeps climbing from a stated 25% to 40, 50, and sometimes 60. I didn't even read this part of the article, bro. There's no rhyme or reason, she said, of Uber's take rate. We're at the mercy of whatever crumbs they want to throw our way. Sackman isn't alone in her ill will for the ride-hailing giant. Other Charleston drivers are lamenting, or is that right? Lamenting?
Lamenting.
Somebody's going to correct the hell out of me.
Yeah, we can't.
The company's business practices during what many have described as a particularly fallow season for fruitful fares. What's your thoughts, bro?
So,
for 60%, Josh?
So here's the thing. So in my taxi business, I take 33 1/3%, and the driver retains 66.66%. Now I started off at 70-30 split. And the reason that it had to go up is because there are insurance costs that are, kind of high. So because Uber has basically taken the independent contractor driving stuff to a massive scale, everybody else gets really hit hard when a lot of Uber drivers get into car accidents. So insurance is just sky high, even if you're using by the trip insurance. And the only way to kind of scale that out is to get a by the driver insurance rate, which costs even more, so that you can weed out the bad drivers. But the take that I take, it goes mainly towards, insurance cost, marketing costs, and the app costs, because I pay $35 a month per driver per month. And then I pay, it's $5 a month per driver per month for, I forgot what that is. It's like random background checks and screenings and all that. But so that's almost $40 a month per driver per month, right? And then there's the other cost of the insurance by the trip and so on and so forth. So 33 1/3 is usually about fare as well as 30%. But Uber and their fluctuating rates don't make any sense at all. I know that they have rates and taxes that they have to pay on some trips, which is why we particularly don't pick up too much from the airport, because those have regulation fees, x-ray fees, all sorts of fees on top of fees. And that's why I don't want to take any more from the driver than I'm already taking. And I try to give back as much as I can. Like if I see that a driver isn't costing me as much on buy the trip insurance, I try to give them a bonus at the end of the week. Mm-hmm. So I definitely try to give back where I can, so I'm not taking as much. But Uber, their algorithm is kind of like Draver's, right? I think we've touched on Draver twice. So you plug the to and the from into the computer, and it says that it should take, based on the amount of time that is in traffic, the moment in which you're building the trip, that's about the average pay. So that's what it's going to estimate when they put it into the system. So if it thinks it's going to take 30 minutes, but there's an accident after the trip starts and it ends up taking 45 minutes, it should definitely pay you more. But because drivers fought so much for transparent pay, they ended up taking away the transparency. So that's kind of like where it went.
And I remember, I used to be paid for miles with Uber.
Mm-hmm.
And then I never really looked into the reason why that they stopped doing that. But now that you say that, I'm like, SOB.
Every time that a driver or a team of drivers or Working Washington or whatever group you want to call it fights these gig apps, all they do is find a way to take more of your money to recover the cost from the bad press.
So you feel up to 60% is taken back from bad press?
I wouldn't say bad press. It's just taken back because of the algorithm that they created. So the algorithm that they created was to generate basically fruitful offers. I remember when it first came out, they had said that you would be paid more money on shorter rides and less money on longer rides, which made longer rides less appealing than the shorter rides.
I remember hearing something like that.
And then they went over to the upfront pay model. So a lot of drivers have stopped taking the longer rides that are like 15, 20, 30 minutes. And they'll only take 5-6 minute rides that pay $5. Because in all honesty, if I'm not being paid for my miles and time and I'm based on whatever estimate you throw out there, I'm going to take that $5 ride all day.
Yeah. And this is pretty much, how things is. Like, as an independent contractor working these platforms, especially Uber, we got to make these quick decisions. And it's like, man, I don't even know how, with all the things that a driver have to deal with, how can they still turn on the app? You see what I'm saying?
There's a lot of motivation, which is why I've stopped turning on the apps as much as I used to. It used to be a fun rush where you could turn on the apps. It was a safe experience. You would make a decent amount of money, even if you were just doing it on the side. It was fun, it was addicting, and it was honestly really rewarding. Nowadays, you turn on the app, it's full of frustration, issues, and problems.
Yeah, and that's the part. Like, even if, like, say for instance, you go out there day one, you drove around, you lost a lot of gas, or you didn't turn the app on at all, you were driving around for an hour. Yeah, we're not gonna say whose story that was. If you did not see that episode, you gotta go find it. Okay.
Somebody did that in a V8 fucking truck.
Anyway, but yeah, it was fun. It was. And, you didn't mind the mistakes that you made, but then when he started cutting the pay over and over, and in this case here, I believe she said that it was, let me just find that section. Okay, I think it was was it this one? Yep, it's this one. That part where she says it used to be about $15, but now it's as low as $9, Yeah. That whole trip, that 20-minute trip, is like, okay, well, if it's now down to $9 and you're tracking it this much to see it is now down to $9, how low are you going to let it go before you choose to do something different? with you deciding to turn on Uber?
And these apps, and I'll tell you from firsthand experience as an employee, these apps strongly forget who their backbone is. They strongly forget it. Draver was one of the ones where they're like, oh, they need to take this trip. They should be so lucky that we're giving them a trip. And fuck that. They got other shit to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was my attitude. They got other shit to do. If you don't make it right, I was probably the most liked account manager over there because one of the things that I used to do with Car Offer was, hey, they want a trip run at 8:00 at night. Oh shit, that's going to cost you. That's going to cost you hella much. So I put it out at base rate, and I used to throw out like, $20 bonus. Oh, nobody responded to my text message. All right, $30 bonus. Oh, still nobody? Fuck it, 50. Oh, we got a couple. You give them a call. Hey, you want to take this car over here? I give you a $50 bonus. It pays this plus this equals that. You know what I mean? Like I used to actually hook the drivers up because I understood it's 8:00 at night. You sit at home. You don't want to go out. You're at home.
You got to be working for me to get off my ass to go knock this out for you.
Yeah, like I got to help you help me, right? Yeah. So if I want this done so that, these people aren't on my ass in the morning, then I got to pay you for that. And they going to have to pay me to pay you for that. So
I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
So in this instance, I feel like if drivers stopped turning on the app would change. Because, and I'm not saying strike because that never works. Not everybody is ever going to turn off the apps. But it's going to be determined on how low a person is willing to go. If you're going to be willing to go down to $5, $6, they're going to continue to lower it until nobody turns on the app and nobody accepts the ride.
Now, maybe you don't know what just happened, but you did just kind of like, and then you pause for a second. I guess your internet might have been messing up for a second, but I think we got the gist of what you were saying though. But I met a driver today on a catering pickup this morning. This has nothing to do with Uber or any kind of Uber Eats or anything. I think they were picking up a DoorDash at that time though, but this has to do with medical courier service, right? And they told me sometimes the job comes through at like 7 p.m. at night, and you got to make the run from South Florida, Miami area to Jacksonville before, I guess, they got to run at 8 a.m. in Jacksonville, and you got to be there before that time. Yeah, obviously at that time, he told me that they paid him like $600 on that run, but he hates the fact that he might get a job thrown at him at 7 p.m. and then he got to make that run and he'd probably be back by 5 a.m. that same night. And he like, man, that shit gets overwhelming. It gets overwhelming because, and I'm going back to like, what you were saying, like you throw a driver something, that'll probably make him take that ride because it's 8 p.m. It's dark out. I don't want to get out of my house. I'm done for the day, But when he sees $600, okay, I'll go do it, But in this case, man, I'm just like, I was looking into the medical courier business. And, when I heard that was a complete turn off to me because I was thinking to myself, wait, I didn't ask him this. Maybe I should have. But I was like, even if it pays $600, if I don't want to drive to no damn Jacksonville, I ain't driving no damn Jacksonville at 7 p.m. at night. You
ain't getting me out of bed.
I don't even give a damn if it's $600. If I don't want to drive, I'm not driving, But then I don't know how it works with the company that he's associated with or whatever. So I just left it there. I just focused on my catering and then, I never asked any more questions. So I was just like, man, just hearing what you said about offering the driver more money. I don't think I've ever received a call from Uber with Uber Eats saying, hey, we got an order that we really need picked up. We are willing to offer you extra money to do that order for us. Have you ever had that done?
Not with Uber. Grubhub was the only one that did it back when the dispatchers were in-person dispatchers.
I got a call from DoorDash once, but
Yeah, I got one from DoorDash.
Yeah, I've never gotten it from Uber and Grubhub. I've gotten it from Grubhub as well. So, I mean, this is just the life of a gig worker, you know? A person, and I feel like, man, if you don't go through these things, you're not going to gain the experience you need to understand how to actually be successful out here as a gig worker. There's tons of people out here that don't even know how to get their money. They're just used to just turning on one app, and then they go out there and let that app work them, take them every which way that they want them to go. And they get tired by the end of the day, and they only made maybe about $1.50 after a long day. And we're gonna just say
All them
that
miles.
we're not even gonna look into miles or anything, but this is the life of a gig worker, and this is the dark side that many people that sign up don't even know about until maybe about 3 to 6 months in. Then they're like, man, I'm sick of all these damn $2. I'll never forget. I met a driver, and this will be the last thing I say, and as we wrap up here. But I met a driver. I was multi-apping, and I have him in one of my videos, and he brought it up. He said that when he saw me multi-apping, I had all these bags, man, and I was like, man, I got one on this app, and I got another one on this app. He was surprised. He was like, you could do one. I'm like, yeah, you an independent contractor. You just got to make sure it's on time, you know? And he was like, damn, man, I'm so sick of these damn $2 and $3 that DoorDash keeps sending me. And I'm like, hey, man, you got to have multiple. You can't just focus on one. So any last words for the audience, bro?
No, I mean, just prepare yourself, you know, get yourself prepared, put yourself in line to make the money that you can. It's dark out here for all of us, but the only person that can make the road brighter or see the light at the end of the tunnel is you. There ain't nobody at the end of that motherfucker holding a flashlight. You got to get to that light.
Unless it's a police officer. And if you see it shaking like this, that mean get your ass over.
Could you fucking imagine, bro? Oh, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, here come your fuck ass ticket, homeboy.
You been driving too fast. So anyway, fam, I mean, even if it's dark, it could get dark out here, you know, with what we do. You just got to make the right decisions and take advantage of whatever bonuses they offer. Surge pricing. Don't be like, what's her name? I got to get her name right.
Sackman.
Yeah, we got the last name, Nancy Sackman. If you're watching this right now, it's no shot at you. But what I'm saying is, if you see you used to make $15 for the same ride that now is dropped down to as low as $9, that means you are tracking it. And if you see it as low as $9, when are you going to make the decision to try something else? Or let me put that on the back burner real quick because they playing with my money and my time and my gas. So as independent contractors, I say, hey, if you're a customer and you didn't know this stuff is happening, this is what's going on, right? And these are the reasons why drivers get frustrated and they want the tip. Then they try to focus on you because if it's not for you, they're not gonna make much. And they feel like they're servicing you to take you where you want to go. So, how do you feel about that one, Josh?
Do your own thing. Make some business cards. You know, it's Charleston, North Carolina, so make some business cards. There's not that many tourists. A lot of them gonna be local people. So start handing out your business cards. Make it your own.
If that's what you want to do. Right? If you really love doing rideshare, then do rides on your time, not sharing it with Uber. 60%.
Love what you do and do what you love. After that, deuces. It's hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah, for real. Deuces. Oh, yeah. What time it is, D-Fam? It's time to go get your money.